One of the questions we get asked the very most is, do you have a therapist you can recommend for me? And while we wish that we knew of therapists in every single place, in every single part of the country, we don't. So what do we tell them instead, Mel?
We say check out BetterHelp because it's online, it's at a reasonable price, and you can be matched with a therapist within 24 hours. I've also used them, and they have been great. And if you don't like your therapist, guess what? Click, and get a new one.
Absolutely. It's so hard when you have an in-person therapist, if you're not clicking with them, to cut them off and get a new one. So that's not an issue with BetterHelp. So we always tell people to try BetterHelp. And if you use our promo code, which is
trybetterhelp.com/WWDN,
you get 10% off your first month.
Go ahead and try it out. That's trybetterhelp.com/WWDN. And you know what? I'm a big fan of doing therapy where you don't have to wear pants, but nobody knows about it.
Are you wearing pants right now, Mel?
I'll see you later. Bye. That's trybetterhelp.com/WWDN.
Hi, Mel.
Hi, Anita.
So, first of all, you people who are listening to this recording can't see me, but Mel can see me. And I am hideous, and I'm sad about it.
An ogre has happened. I don't think you look that bad.
No, it's actually getting better. This week, I had the joyous experience of getting gum grafts. And so if my voice sounds funny, it's because my face is all swollen and my cheek doesn't work, and I look like I've had a stroke and got punched in the face.
I saw you in person the next day.
Yeah. You thought it was going to be funny, and then you're like, it's actually sad.
Yeah, and then I didn't realize where gum grafts came from, and we had a whole conversation about that.
We sure did, because, first of all, I blame widowhood a little bit for needing gum grafts, but not really. As you age, your gums recede, and then if you brush your teeth too hard, and then your teeth fall out if you don't do anything about it. So I've been putting it off, and finally I did it. You can choose to have a graft that they take out of your own mouth or from a dead person. And I was like, 100% dead person. Like, no, there's no question. And they, of course, everybody thinks that I'm nuts anytime I go anywhere, and talk to people. I was like, well, that's easy because the harvest site is said to be more painful than the actual fix. And so I was like, if I can avoid that, then why wouldn't I avoid that?
Where would they take the site from if they did it? Like your arm?
The roof of your mouth.
Oh,
they
my gosh.
Shave the gums off the roof of your mouth, and then they put them on your teeth.
Okay, but wait. I thought you also told me if you got it from a dead person, that it wasn't from their mouth.
I know, which they gave me some goofy medicine before I came in, which always makes it fun. But I got in there and I said, hey, can I see the grafts? And they were like, do you want to? And I was like, yeah, I do. So they showed me this little bag, and it was like white, and like jerky. It was dry. And of course, I'm like, well, I think that's so interesting because when my husband died, they didn't ask to take his gums. And they were like,
how do we respond?
Yeah, they said, well, it's actually skin. And I was like, oh, they did take his skin. I was like, maybe it's his skin.
Probably some random lady's butt.
That's what I hope. The only thing I hope is that it doesn't start growing hair. But
my God.
It won't. I'm just joking. But I guess it's just like a scaffolding, and that your gum tissue will take it over. And so I hope it was all worth it. In the end, because it's been miserable. And Mel, I am so dumb because after this gum graft, you can't eat anything, right? You can only, I've been subsisting on smoothies, scrambled eggs, and chicken noodle soup. That's all I can eat right now.
How long do you think that's going to happen?
I'm supposed to eat soft food for 5 weeks.
What? Anita.
Yeah.
Also, didn't they tell you you're not allowed to pull your gum back to look at it? So you can't do that for 5 weeks as well?
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure if that lasts for 5 weeks, but they don't want you pulling your cheek back to look at it because then you'll pull the grafts off. But I forgot that 8 or 9 months ago, I scheduled my very first colonoscopy. Okay. And an email pops up in my phone and it's like, please confirm your appointment for February 9th. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die because I can't eat anything. And then I have to do the colonoscopy prep, which means I also can't eat anything. And then when I'm done with my colonoscopy, I can't eat anything.
Well, you're going to die.
I know. You have malnutrition.
Can you have popsicles?
Yeah, but they're kind of hard to eat right now. Because, like, my lips don't work. And my cheeks don't work. So it's going to be fine. But I was like, what? Poor planning, Anita. Poor planning.
Well, even though you can't really eat much right now, you still have to take the drink, right? And like clear out your colon. So you're going to be miserable.
I know. Like my face hurts, my butt hurts.
You have a butt in your mouth.
Yes. Yeah.
I didn't mean that in a certain way. You know what I meant. Just realized that.
I was somebody's butt skin in my mouth, but probably not. So that's fun. So do you have any problems right now, Mel? Do you have a butt in your mouth? Skin?
I don't have butt skin in my mouth, and I can like move my face and eat. But I did get the flu A, and that was not okay. I was so sick.
No,
you know the kind of sick where you can't even watch TV.
Yeah. Did you just like sleep and then you'd wake up and be like, I gotta go back to sleep?
I slept and then I would wake up because my whole body hurt. And then I would wake up again like 3 times per day to have to change my clothes from sweating.
Oh, one of my kids had the flu this week too. Terrible. I've heard it's terrible this year.
It's bad. Guys, I don't recommend that you get it. Don't get it. And then now I'm a real mess because now I have some like amazing inhalers and machines that a home health care thing brought to me because I can't breathe.
You got to have like your oxygen concentrator. That's terrible.
Thank you, Utah. Bad air plus flu.
Oh yeah, our air is so bad. Yeah, we had to cancel interviews, which like doesn't happen super often. Like usually when that happens, it's like scheduling error. But this was like, Mel is dying on her bed right now and
I know.
Can't wake up.
We had one on one day and one the next day, and I was saying, well, I can start the meeting and I can be there, but my voice was gone. I lost you can still kind of hear it. It's not even there. But it was completely gone for at least like 5-6 days. And
just so weird.
So I was like, well, we could do the interview. I'll just start it and I could type questions to you like we did with some people from Africa when we had bad Wi-Fi. But I don't even think actually I could have typed because it was the kind where even your fingertips hurt so bad. So I'm sorry to our guests, but we're rescheduling them. And when we do talk to them, we're excited for you guys to hear them.
It will be better. I also have two big things I need to tell you. Also, you guys, I got banished from Facebook because I tried to comment on one of the posts in the Widow Wives Club, and what I read was so funny to me, and I wrote back and I was like, but I'm on drugs, which I am. And it was like, you're kicked off of Facebook for a little while. So sorry if you don't see me there for a minute. Oops.
You know how I just thought of something when you were talking about how you were asking about the skin grafts and then you like dropped the dead husband bomb and they were staring at you. The foundation that I helped start, we had one of our concerts recently. And the band, we were waiting. I was outside with them waiting for their ride to come. And they're like, so what else do you do? Like, do you teach mostly? And I kind of was like, I don't know how to answer this. So I was like, well, yes. And I do these things. And I tried to delay it as much as possible. But then I was like, but also like my husband died. So then I have this podcast and have been working to help grievers or whatever. And they just like stopped. They couldn't talk. They were
Did they drop their instruments?
Almost, yeah. They just were like speechless, and they're like our age, and they didn't know what to say. And they're a little bit more reserved, kinds of like New York jazzers, like really nice, but they were like really serious, kind of serious personalities. I was like, oh. So immediately I just was like, yeah, that happened. But don't worry. I'm okay. It's okay. And I'm sorry that I traumatized you probably by saying that, but that's the reason why. And right then the ride came and they got in and I'm like, well, sorry to leave you guys on that note. Everything's cool. Thanks for coming. You guys did great.
Bye.
I hope you enjoyed the snacks.
That's so funny.
Okay, what has happened? You said you have a surprise to tell me, and I don't know what it is.
Two things.
Okay.
The first one is that through a series of strange, I won't get into the backstory of how this happened, but two of my kids had genetic testing done. Okay. We were in a study that their pediatrician asked us to be in, and they did genetic testing and they said, if it comes back with something, do you want to be notified? And I was like, yes, I want to know. And so months and months went by and I get this email and it's like, dear Anita, we have found a genetic anomaly in your kid's DNA sample. You need to schedule an appointment with a geneticist, a genetic counselor. And so I'm like, oh, crap.
Did you freak out because they don't tell you what kind?
Yeah, I thought I was just going to be able to Google it or look at the paper and they'd be like, they have this. But of course they don't do that because it can be devastating information, right? And so I called to make an appointment and this was in November. And they're like, okay, well, our next available appointment is January 30th. And so I'm like, great, that's awesome. But the one good thing about me is that I am forgetful sometimes. For this, it's been good because I was like, well, there's nothing I can do about it. And so I'm just going to wait to find out. So I go to do their paperwork the night before I'm supposed to have this virtual visit and it pops up and they haven't told me anything. They gave me a list of 200 things that they will notify you about. And it's everything from, metabolic diseases to cancer to heart, lung, just all sorts of stuff. So you don't know what it's going to be. And I go to fill out the paperwork and it says my son's name and it says cardiac visit.
What?
And my heart, my cardiac just drops because Jason died of sudden cardiac death, right? So I am just okay, it's probably fine. You don't know what it is. Anyway, so I met with the person yesterday, and on those lists is cardiac myopathy, different kinds of heart muscle things, and also other things. But I get on there, and the first thing I say to the lady is, don't worry, I'm not having a stroke because half my face doesn't work. And she's like, okay. And she's like, all right, Anita. So your two kids, they have a genetic anomaly on the blah, 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 blah gene. And she's like, and so what we call that is familial hypercholesteremia.
What?
So basically, the huge thing is that they are going to have high cholesterol. And that was the genetic thing that made me stress out a little bit for about my whole life for 2 months. And I was like, it was Jason's fault. And the lady's like, well, we don't know that that's true. And I was like, he's dead. I blame everything on him. But it is actually true because he had high cholesterol, even though he was super healthy. And it always made him mad. And now we know why. It's because he has a genetic blah, blah, blah problem.
Was the lady speechless because you dropped the widow bomb on her too? Hey guys, just checking in and want to say if you are enjoying this podcast
and you want to see it keep going, maybe it's helped you through your widowhood journey and you think that it might help others on their widowhood journey, you can support that cause by joining our Patreon.
Some of the things that you get as a Patreon beneficiary are ad-free episodes, so you don't have to hear ads like this.
You also get exclusive content, and at a certain level, you might also get an exclusive t-shirt you can only get that place.
That is true. It's pretty cool. There are 4 different tiers available, so check it out. It's patreon.com/WWDN.
And as an extra bonus, very often you get your names read by one of my kids, and they will do a terrible job with the pronunciation. And that's like a bonus, I think.
I think it's kind of the best. I would much rather hear somebody butcher my name than say it correctly.
A child butcher it than an adult do it correctly. Yep. So go to patreon.com/WWDN to keep our podcast going and support the widowed cause.
Yes. Thanks, guys. Back to our regularly scheduled program.
No, because that lady is a person who has to give people like horrific news about like genetic things that are going to kill people. And so she was just like, boom, like, no, it didn't faze her at all. Nice. And then she asked me a lot of questions about it. And she asked me about all of our family histories and all these things. And then she's like, how are you feeling about this? And I was like, great. I feel great about this. She's like, oh, okay. And I was like, because since my husband dropped dead, I immediately went to all of these terrible heart muscle related conditions. And so if they have to take cholesterol medicine, like thrilled. Yeah. Thrilled that it's not something more serious. Anyway, it was kind of a big wah-wah.
I have a question about this.
Tell me.
Remind me if this is correct. Jason died because he had a deformity in his heart, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct. A bicuspid aortic valve.
Is that something that your kids can also get like imaging for?
Yes, and they have. And she said that to me. She was like, that is also can be like familial, genetic, or passed down. I was like, oh, that's the first thing I did. When I found out after his autopsy that that's contributed, I was like, get thee to the cardiologist. And so they've already all been screened for that. So
I've been screened for hypertrophic cardiomyopathy because my dad had it.
Yeah.
But he didn't die from it, and he had it pretty well managed.
That's what I was more worried about, that kind of thing.
Okay, well, I'm glad it's something where you can manage it with a medication.
Yeah. And I'm like, so many people have high cholesterol anyway. So I don't know. It almost is kind of nice because then it takes out the idea of that you're failing somehow. Like you need to eat better or exercise more. It's like, nope, you're missing this LDLR gene that clears your body of cholesterol. So just take drugs. Anyway, that was my widow-related serious story. But I've been so excited to tell you about another event that happened in my life, Mel.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I can't wait. Go, please.
Okay, Mel. I accomplished a major thing. I accomplished a major accomplishment, Mel. Anita Jehoshaphat Coyle did go to her very first singles dance.
Oh my gosh. Okay. First, stop. Listeners, if you're not familiar with singles dances in Utah, you don't know what you're missing. And
you don't know what you're missing, Mel.
I exactly know what I'm missing, which is why I refuse to go to them. But why don't you tell everybody kind of what they're like?
So you guys know, I'm not looking to date. I don't have any desire to date. I just it just seems like too much work and too much effort. However, my brother-in-law, Mark, who's been on the podcast, is very actively trying to date and do those things. And so he has tried to get me to participate in some of these activities from time to time. And most of the time I say no because I don't want to and I'm scared to. But he texted me and he said, hey, there's this country swing dance happening nearby. Do you want to go? And I was like, sure, I'll give it a go. So I said yes. And immediately I was like, I wish I wouldn't have said yes. I need you to know something, Mel. I don't dance. I have no danciness in me.
This whole thing, just hearing about it, and I don't even know what happened at it. I'm like getting hives from it. That's how averse to this stuff. I am. Also, Mark is so great. We love Mark, and I can see him having a great time at them. He's a nice guy, and he's a good-looking guy, and like, there's people there.
It's supposed to be a fun activity, you know? Like, dancing is fun, they tell me.
Was that line dancing? Or, like, you hold hands and do, like, do-si-do?
Country swing, which is a kind of swing dancing.
So you have to touch people?
Yes.
Okay.
You do.
Absolutely not.
What was funny is he came and picked me up, and we're driving up there, and he's telling me, he's like, yeah, you know, I've always liked to dance this way, but Kaylin would never dance. She would never dance with me. And we, you know, I always wanted to go do this, and she wouldn't come do it with me, and she didn't enjoy it. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, I'm related to Kaylin. Like, she's the one I'm related to.
And both of you are related to Randy Randall.
Yes.
Enough said.
I have another story about that guy. Anyway, we're driving there, and I'm just like, I'm kind of starting to feel a little sweaty, you know, like, oh, what am I doing? So we walk in, and these are held at churches, you know, because there's like a big gymnasium. Walk into the church, walk into one side of the gymnasium, and start walking across it. And honestly, I wanted to just walk from one side out the door on the opposite side and just keep going. And he's like, you're doing so good, Anita, you can do it. And I'm like, I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this. And he's like, it's going to be fine. So we get in there. There was a bunch of people there. It wasn't full yet, but he's like, let me show you the basics, because I really don't have any dance experience. So
did you get there early? That's like the cardinal rule.
No.
Don't get there early.
We were there an hour after it started, and apparently that's still too early.
So everybody, this is not the type of venue where there are drinks like alcohol.
Oh, no.
It's not a bar. It's like...
There were some Triscuits.
Okay, Triscuits. It's an LDS church gym with basketball hoops in it, so picture that. What was the lighting? Was it like...
Dark.
Okay. Wow, okay.
Dark and moody. And it was country swing music. And I'm not a country person at all, so like it's just not my vibe in any way, shape, or form. But Mark, you know, he showed me kind of the very basic move. And it's like where you like, you know, twist your arms all and you do like swirly whirly twirlies. And do you know what I'm saying? Like that kind of style of dance. And half the time I would just be like backwards, my arm above my head, like almost like he was trying to arrest me.
Are you taller than Mark? Because I feel like you could swing
about
him.
The same. We're about the same tall. But I just like was not, it just did not come naturally. But okay, so he shows me kind of the basics. And then I'm like, all right, go, thank you, go ask some people to dance. So he goes off and he's asking ladies to dance, and I am sitting on a chair just trying to avoid eye contact at all cost. And I had the lovely chance to dance. A man came up to me and held out his hand and asked me to dance. And I said to him, I don't dance. And he said, don't worry, I'll teach you. And I was like, okay. He was about 4.5 feet tall. And I asked him his name, and his name was Javier. And so he then asked my name, and I said, Anita. And he repeated it. And because I'm an idiot, Mel, what did I say back to him when he said, Anita?
You said, sí.
I did. I said, sí. And then he's like, oh, ¿hablas español? And I was like, no, hablo español de Duolingo solamente.
You're like, I'm the Anita that's from the northern regions of the Europe.
Sweden.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh. So he's trying to show me how to dance, and it's just not, I really can't, and he's not helping. And he tells me, I was a championship dancer. And I'm like, okay. And he says, my partner, she's 84 now. And I'm like, what? And he goes,
his dance partner?
Worry.
Or his like he has a girlfriend.
His dance partner, and he says, don't worry, I'm 14 years younger than she is. And I'm like, Javier, you're 70. I'm dancing with a 70-year-old Mexican man.
I love the visual of how tall are you? 5'10"?
5'9".
5'9" Anita, who's very tall with very long legs and very blonde, and Javier, who's 4'11" and 70. I love this.
He was very nice.
It's the odd couple.
He really tried. After two songs, he was like, okay, bye. And I was like,
he rejected you.
He didn't really, I mean, yes, but like, so I go back and I sit down and I'm just like, there is a man wearing a Slim Good Body shirt. Okay.
Wait, was it actually though the entire suit? And do you guys, everybody listening that's younger than 40 probably wouldn't know. But if you're 40 and above, do you guys remember Slim Good Body and the Lycra suit with all of the organs of the body and the skeleton on it?
So
what if
this
he wore
one,
the whole suit?
That I wouldn't have been surprised.
If he did, he would have been better.
This was just like muscles. It was like the shirt was showing. It was a muscle shirt, but it was showing if you like peeled his skin away, what the muscles would look like underneath. And I just thought, why? Why would we choose that shirt for this event? And then there was another guy with this like flowy silk long shirt, and it had a beautiful picture of Jesus on it. And then when he turned around, good news, the backside was also the backside of Jesus. Yes.
His back or his back of his head, or like
it was like the front side of the painting, the back side of the painting, you know?
Wait, did you know, Anita? Okay, side note. At one point, Walmart had the best shirts. It was in 2015 because Scott was still alive. And my sister's boyfriend was like the funniest guy ever. And I was at Walmart and I saw these shirts and I was like, I have to get this for him. No joke. One of those like athletic material shirts with like holes in it for breathability. And the Sistine Chapel.
Yes.
Jesus was all over it.
Somebody needs that shirt for these dances because it also got quite hot, and so they needed the breathability.
Can we go back to the Slim Good Body though? Can you tell what kind of pants did he wear?
Just jeans.
Okay, what kind of shoes?
I think he had cowboy boots on.
So Slim Good Body cowboy.
Yeah. So I kept having to go into the hall and just take a minute and text people and just be like, ah! But I went back in there and I sat and tried not to look at anybody. And then another gentleman asked me to dance, and his name was, drum roll please. It was Raphael. And Raphael, he was wearing like tight white jeans, and he was probably also in his 60s-ish.
He probably looked
I
good
said,
in the jeans.
No? I don't want to say anything like negative, but he gave me the ick. I said to him, I can't dance. I don't know how to dance. And he was like, I will teach you. And I was like, yeah, that's what Javier said too.
And Javier dumped you.
And guess what I did again? What's your name? Anita? Anita. C. What is wrong with me? We danced a couple dances too. He got annoyed with me. He left. But then he, upon discarding me, was dancing with two ladies at once. And I was like, ew, no.
There's so many jokes I would like to make about this whole situation of where the dance was and why, and two women with one man, but I will not.
Okay. Here's the thing, Mel. This singles dance was not for widowed people, right?
Nothing's for widowed people.
Well, there are some widow activities. This is for anybody who's single, whether they've never been married, whether they're divorced, whether they're widowed. And this is not a kind thought I was having, okay? I'm going to admit it. It's not nice. But all I could think when I looked at all of those people is, what did you do?
Did you think that about the guys? Or the
Basically, well, everybody there, because you know how whenever you get divorced, it's always the other person's crazy But it's like,
Yeah.
you're probably a little crazy.
Yeah,
too,
everybody
don't you
has
think?
a part in things.
Yeah, so I was just like, what's wrong with you? Like, what did you do to chase your husband away?
Obviously, like Raphael was collecting people.
Yeah, maybe. So finally, after Raphael, I was like, okay, I'm done even pretending. I'm just going to go sit out in the hall. It's too loud. It's too hot. I really am not enjoying myself. But Mark was having so much fun. Like, he knows how to swing dance. He was having a great time.
He was thriving.
Yeah, I was willing to be his wingman and not make him leave. But I just went out to the hall and I found a few ladies and started chatting with them. And it was pretty funny because they're talking about divorce life. And I'm like, well, my husband died. And they're like, oh, it's so good of you to, it's so hard to get back out there, especially when it's fresh. And I was like, it's been 7 years. And I still don't want to be here because all those people in there are weird. And they
My gosh.
So then this lady walks up to me who I went to high school with, and I recognized her, but I couldn't remember her name. And she's like, oh, Anita. And I'm like, oh, hey, you. How's it going? And she's like, my husband started his own church, and they eat mushrooms for their sacrament so they can write it off on their taxes.
Psychedelic mushrooms?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Not like cremini mushrooms.
Not portobello.
Not portobello. And I'm like, this is the best thing I've heard in my entire life. And she is like, yep, he went like bananas crazy. And I said, I have been trying to start my own cult for years now, but nobody will join. Can I get his information so I can ask him for some tips? And everybody around me is just like, what is going on?
They didn't know, they didn't understand your personality yet, I'm guessing.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. No.
Our problem with the cult, Anita, is that we want people to make good decisions for themselves and not listen to us. So, like, we're failing.
I know, that's why I need his help. I mean, I think he could help us. It probably has something to do with mind control through mushrooms.
Yeah, I think
I did remember her name, though. And I was like, oh, yeah, hey, Jamie. And it was like, oh, I was so proud of myself. So then a gentleman comes out and is like, I'm not letting you be out here. You have to come in and dance with me. And I was
to
like,
you?
No. Yes.
No.
So I go in and I say to him what I've said to all these other people. I don't know how to dance. And he's like, I bet you can dance. So we dance for a minute and he tells me the best pickup line I've ever heard, ever in my life. He said, well, Anita, you're breaking the 9th commandment.
What? No. Did you say, see?
No, I didn't. I was like, I didn't say anything. He's like, thou shalt not bear false witness. You're dancing great. And right at that moment, I kid you not, I whacked him in the side of his head with my arm as we were trying to do a spinny twirly whirly thing. And I was like, yeah, that's great. Got done dancing, ran back into the hall, talking to people. 3 or 4 dances later, he comes back.
No.
And he's like, come dance with me. And I said to him, you already asked me to dance. And everybody around me started cracking up because apparently that's not what you're supposed to say. Like, I was like, but he already did. He did ask me to dance. We already danced. And he accused me of breaking the 9th commandment. And so I went and danced with him again. And then I was like, I'm done. Like,
this is like the same thing, though. Like, remember in high school when you had a boyfriend and you thought that it was going to end when the summer started?
Yes, exactly.
Met Jason and Mary.
Yeah.
There's a special person out there for you, Anita, and it's not that guy, and it's not Slim Goodbody, and it's probably Jason
or Raphael.
Jason's dead.
Oh, Mark finally came out and he's
gosh.
like, "Okay, Anita, thank you. We can go home." So we went out to the car, and we couldn't get into the car because the key wouldn't work, but it finally did, and we were able to go home. And I was like, "Well, Mark, if you ever ask me to come to one of these again, my answer is going to be no."
Wait,
because that was horrible but funny.
No.
Yes.
I request you change your answer because...
Why?
I would like you to go again with Mark. I will come.
Okay.
And I'm going to watch. And I'm going to be there to help you.
You can't watch. You will. They will make you participate. They will. People will come find you. Yes,
look,
they will.
My hair is like blue.
Javier will ask you. Raphael will definitely ask you.
It's church dances. that's very
Nope.
heterosexual,
Nope.
which
Nope.
I am.
I'm telling you, nope.
But they would see
Nope.
my hair and be like,
Okay, Mel, you are going to come. We will have a friendly bet that you will get asked to dance. It will happen. I'm telling you. It's going to happen. Mark went. They have these dances like fairly often, and he went to one a couple weeks later. He's like, I didn't even ask you to go. I was like, good. And I was like, was Javier there? And he's like, yes.
oh, what if Mark becomes friends with Javier and Raphael? And, like, they go to lunch.
I hope so. Well, not Raphael.
Okay, but
Javier was cute. Javier seemed very genuine and cute. Raphael made me not want to be there.
Well, I just thought it might be a good idea because Raphael seems to be really good at getting the ladies, and so he maybe could help Mark to find a lady. He might have a collection.
Mark had no trouble. He was, people were very excited to dance with him.
I can go to stuff like that if I'm there to watch the carnage. Mm-hmm. So
yeah.
I'm willing to do that for you. I would even, like, if somebody asked me to dance, I would do it.
I want to see you dance.
Because
Here's the thing.
But they can't touch me. I don't want touching.
I wouldn't have minded so much. Like, if I just have to talk to people, I can talk to people. But then when you add the dancing, which it makes me mad that I can't do it because I'm a fairly coordinated person. Like, I was like, I'm so stressed out about not being able to dance that I don't even want to be here. So
you could have just brought your roller skates and roller skated around. That's what I would do.
Should have.
It's the perfect floor. The perfect floor for that.
Yeah.
Listen, I have another idea. You reserve the same kind of church building part of the church. Invite the widows. Say, bring your kids. Let the kids run wild and do whatever. And the widows just hang out.
Yeah,
and
that'd be way fun.
We hang out and talk. And there's no dancing unless people want to. And the kids can dance.
Yeah, and there will be Triscuits, too.
And
for sure.
Cheese. If you guys live in Utah, would you come to that? It would be the worst party ever. It's just basically like, put your kids in here, they can play, and we can sit there.
I've done that before with my friends. Like, we'll go play volleyball or whatever. You just let the kids, like, run wild. It's
okay, great. Utah Widows, you have to write in. You have to message us or post about it in the Widow Wives Club. Because we could handle that. It would just be like...
better than what that was. But I would go to another thing that was not dancing. I will go to the 5K. That's what I'm.
And that's good because there's no touching.
There's no touching,
and you can outrun them.
Yeah, like you can run away.
Do they have singles 5Ks?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, they have a lot of single activities here because to be single is a sin, I believe.
Yeah. If you're 21 and single, your life's over in Utah.
25 is really the max cutoff.
Yeah, it's kind of upped a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw some people that live in your neighborhood, Mel.
Do I know them?
I don't know, but Mark knew them.
Oh, well, he knows everybody. He walks around the neighborhood and is friends with everyone.
Ned Flanders. He's so nice.
He is so nice.
Anyway, I've been like so excited to tell you about my first singles dance, wherein I danced with two perhaps Mexican men. I don't know if they hailed from, I think Javier did, but I don't know where Raphael was from. And then one man twice who accused me of breaking the 9th commandment. And it was all very awkward. And I didn't like it.
And Slim Goodbody. A celebrity.
Goodbody.
Actually, two celebrities. Jesus.
I didn't want to dance. If Slim Goodbody, I guess I would have had to say yes. I don't know. Do you say no? I don't even know.
I feel like you should have asked him why he chose that shirt in a way that's not mean, but in a way where it would promote conversation and he would just talk about it.
I could have just named the muscles. I could have said the origin and the insertion of the pectoralis minor, and then he would have probably not wanted to talk to me anymore. It'd been great.
I just don't really know what to say other than I was really entertained by hearing the sequence of events. And there's this movie in my mind now that's so wacky.
Yeah, it's probably accurate. And I'm actually proud of myself, though, that I tried. Like, I did something. I went out of my comfort zone and I gave it a go. So please, please buy me a taco, somebody. I can't eat it, though.
Yeah, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, maybe.
Yeah.
Guys, we had our exclusive Patreon hangout for the Widow Wives and Dead Husbands tier, and it was so fun.
It was really fun. I really enjoyed it. It was very kind of like close-knit, and we got to just kind of talk and get to know each other. So it was really fun, and I think we'll do that again in the future, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I love hearing what people are doing in their lives and like how they've connected with other people from the group and have even traveled and have plans to travel. It's like, that's what's so, I think, cool about the community.
Yes.
You can make friends that get it even though they don't live by you, and they're not crazy maybe yet or creepers, you know. It's like,
yeah. Well, it's kind of nice to be able to vet people in that kind of scenario, because even though you're widowed and I'm widowed doesn't mean we're going to be friends. But then like you can say, hey, actually, I would like to travel with you. Yeah, there was a lot of talk about people traveling and seeing each other in different places. And so that's so cool. Like that's, and it feels, what's the right word, Mel? Rewarding for like you and I, because we're like, oh, we did that.
See, that's
we started a group.
It's a cult. That's the cult.
I know. It's a good cult.
It's a cult that helps people.
Yeah.
Except for we don't have like only one leader.
You can have two, can't you?
You can have two leaders. I think so. I'm not a very good leader. I kind of mostly am. I'm the behind the scenes editor person, and you're better at the front person stuff.
You're the the COT. Chief of Technology Widow.
Yeah.
That's your title.
I'm the observer, the more quiet observer that sees things happening that might need to be fixed, and then I try to fix them before they happen.
I'm definitely telling Mark that you'll come to a dance, though.
I only to watch the carnage, and if you go, because I will be going to watch the comedy show that happens when you go in.
Okay.
So
yes, join our Patreon if you would like to be included in some of those Zoom hangs in the future, and also it just helps us keep the podcast going.
Yeah, and those are some of the hangouts where we're able to talk a little bit more. We do have some from time to time that are open to everybody, and they're usually bigger, which is still fun. But these are more close, getting to know you sorts of things, like kind of more friendship stuff like that. So yes, please consider joining. Okay, you guys, I know the world is crazy. I also know the technology world is crazy, and everybody's phones are getting updated, and the phones are hard to manage. And also AI is a thing. There's just so much happening all at once in all of our faces. Here's what I would like to talk to you about, Anita. There's lots of things we know about, like deep fakes. We know about AI. The way that AI models work is anything that's on the internet. AI companies are harvesting those things to teach their AI models, right? So anything on YouTube, anything that's not behind a paywall, essentially. So we have a lot of content, of course, that's free. And there's a lot of content out there that's free and good. And there's a lot of content out there that's free and wrong. And there's a lot of content that's free and changes. I don't know. Everything's out there, right? And these big AI companies are horrifying. There's a bunch of lawsuits, of course, about a lot of different things. I'm a creator. So my music that I've written, I actually took it down off because I'm like, I don't want
you?
Yeah, because there's right now there's a lawsuit with a company, I think it's in England, and what they're doing is they're taking people's music that they've written. So that would be someone like me, because I write for library music that can get licensed, and they're just feeding it to their AI models so that their models can write music.
Yeah,
and
it's
crazy. It's cool what the stuff can do, and it's also scary because it's eradicating need for someone like me. And also we're seeing this with like doctors and stuff too, right? Everything. So what this company is doing over there is they're basically going to all of the companies that have it, and it's not even like just free, like royalty free music. It's ones that have royalties on them, like copyright and stuff like that. They're feeding them into their models. And they're copying them, and then they are generating their own music, art, whatever the thing is that an actual person, creator, has made that's also copyrighted. And what they're saying is, well, we won't include you, but you have to contact us to opt out. So by default, you would think that like a nice
They'd have to contact
legal
you
thing,
to opt in.
you have to opt in. And it's like,
Nope.
great, here's some crappy music I made. Go for it. So nobody knows about it. Like the creators don't know about this. And so that's the scary thing. It's like there's like no rules. The companies are so big. There's so much money involved that the little guys and the big guys, like Warner Chappell is in a big lawsuit right now. And Warner Chappell is who I do a lot of my library stuff through because they license to film and TV. They're in a big lawsuit with AI companies as well. So just for some backstory, there's that. Now, our stuff, like our podcast, is free content if you don't have the Patreon. The Patreon just gets rid of ads, and then you have a couple other things, as you go up the tiers. And that's behind a paywall. But anything like podcasts, any like teaching videos. So say I have some piano teaching videos up on, people take that and put it, they try to use the Fair Use Act as well, where it's education. So like it's for education. It's like, well, no, you're educating a robot, not a person.
Yeah.
They're taking everything that actual humans and creators have made to teach the robots. So then the robots are going to be smarter and then take over the things, right? Also, we know too that AI is not perfect. It can give terrible advice. It can write really bad songs. But they get smarter and smarter. So this is why I wanted to talk about this, is anything out there that's on the internet that's free is fair game for them. We're a podcast that is free. We have the Widow Wives Club that is free, and that's behind, it's a group, it's a private group. Yeah, it's owned by Facebook, but it's not on like the general public internet. So for now, things are safe. I don't know. If you feel so inclined to not buy into the AI stealing of people's content, please, please, please consider joining our Patreon because it's behind a paywall. Or if you see other creators in your life, whether it's like podcast, maybe it's a blog or something, anything like that, it's not a big corporation company where it's maybe a small fee and it could help that person to keep their stuff off of the internet for free and then feed into the bot. Please consider supporting them. I know I have like friends that are graphic artists. They're also like tattoo artists, anything artists, and they've stopped putting stuff on their Instagram because they go, you guys realize anytime that you put your own art up, it's taken.
Yeah.
And it's fed into the things. So that's what's really hard. And so you're starting to see people that now have more subscriptions or something behind a paywall. And that's why. Because the other thing that's really crazy is, I don't know, last 10, 15 years, the way when streaming started happening, everything like for all of the models of entertainment just went crazy. So it's like everybody started getting less, unless you're the rich people. Because think about it, like you sign up for Spotify or something, right? You pay $10 a month. Now it's probably $15 a month. But it's
21.
Not, but it's like the more streams you get, the more likelihood you will have a portion of Spotify's profit, whatever that is. Nobody that's a little guy ever gets any.
It's consolidating the money that goes to big people and kind of keeping the little guys out of the equation.
Yeah. So it's not like, oh, it's on Spotify and I pay, so the artist is getting anything. It's like, no, nothing. I had stuff, even people that bought a full album off of iTunes, I've never seen anything. Never.
Oh.
So it didn't even matter that people paid like $8 for the album or whatever for a certain song. So if you see musicians that have something on Bandcamp, that's a good thing.
That's like a site that you can use for...
Yeah, it's one that musicians have used for a while.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. That's good to know.
But like, I mean, teaching videos, I have piano teaching videos on the internet and I'm like, ooh.
Yeah, it's so hard.
It's kind of scary. So there's so much free content out there because the way that people promote their companies is they always offer free, high quality content. That's the business model right now. And then you hope that somebody signs up, and then you hope that somebody gets on your mailing list and sees the emails. And then you hope that when you do have a product, that they buy it from the mailing list. So that's why YouTube is so saturated with things. I guess if nothing else, this is just your little neighborhood widow friend, Mel, that's a creator.
A musician too.
I'm a musician. Yeah. And we have the podcast that's watching all of this stuff happen. I know that a lot of people don't think about it from that side at all. They're like, oh, well, ChatGPT is this and it's kind of stupid. Or, oh, this is AI. I use ChatGPT all the time. I use it as a tool, kind of as a second brain. But when you have generative AI for creativity, it's like not okay. Like graphic designers I know somebody that's like a video game designer. Everybody's like terrified. Everybody's like they're cutting back on jobs, whatever. So keep that in mind. Remember that anything that you post publicly is fair game. Remember that when you see other people's stuff on YouTube that's free, that's also being put into the model. And if you do like something that you see that's free in these platforms that's an individual creator, hit like, hit subscribe. That helps them know that it's working. But also, if you see that they are shifting to a paywall, please consider the reasons why that's happening. And it's not only to be like, let's make a ton of money. It's like, it's also now to protect. Your property. Yeah. Because even if it's copyrighted, it doesn't matter. It's scary. Right now, there's like some famous people that like they're musicians. There's some rich tech companies that some rich, very high profile musicians, like singers that have been alive for a long time, their management has bought into this somehow.
Is it a good thing?
No. Oh. They've now been making songs only with AI and putting them out. So they're supporting it. They're supporting the big companies that do that. They're putting stuff out there. They're using their high quality name, which they've built their brand over like however many years. And then now they're putting out like basically it's shit. They're putting out the most terrible stuff and not hiring real people. And it's like, anyway, it's really concerning.
Do you know what it makes me want to say? I want to say this about everything in general right now. Just like burn it down. Like
I know,
let's start over. We need to do a hard reset. Have you tried unplugging and plugging it back in?
Oh my gosh. I thought I was like 90. I remember the day when my parents got cell phones. They got cell phones. It was so funny. They were on their bed, both staring at their cell phones each. And my sister and I just like at different times walked by their room and saw them because they were there for hours. And we thought it was
just
so
like
funny.
Staring at it, frozen.
And now I'm that person because I'm like, I can't understand what happened to this app.
Let's just go back to the tambourine. Yes.
Yep.
Okay, speaking of the texts, this is my Randy Randall story. So I was on the phone with somebody. It was kind of an important phone call. And my dad sends me a text. If you guys have listened from the beginning, my dad does not text, right? Like ever. I can list on my hand, I can count how many times he's texted me. And 3 of those times were an accident where it was just like L space. Anyway, he sends me a text and it's a picture of a car that's flipped over on its side. No other information. And I get this text and I'm like, oh, my dad just texted me and he never texts me. And it's a picture of a car flipped on its side. Is it his car? Like, why is he sending me this? This is what is going on. So I'm having this conversation with this person and my brain is just like, worried. And then he calls. And so I'm like, I've got to go. I got to go make sure my dad hasn't flipped his car over. I click over to his line and he's like, Anita. I said, yeah, Dad. Did you get that picture? And I'm like, yeah, what's going on? And he's like, well, I just wanted you to see what happens when you don't have proper traffic control devices.
Oh my gosh.
I'm like, so it's not your car then? And he's like, nope. He's like, that city's going to get sued. Oh. I'm like, thanks, Dad.
I'm proud of him that he knew how to text a picture.
I am so shocked. I didn't even know he had the ability. But I just wanted to yell at him, context, Dad! You can't send a photo like that without context. And he talked to me for like another minute and then was like, bye. Bye.
That's our Randy Randall, the best.
Yes. Anyway, that's the story of my dad, which is funny because like our first episode, I think I talked about him. Remember like Skyping stuff? That was like in our very first episode. So we've come full circle. Anyway, Mel, we've talked about many things today, but we just want to circle back and tell you that we appreciate all of you for listening and would love to encourage you to check out our Patreon. If you're able to support us, it really goes a long way to helping creators who are independent and small like us keep being able to do what we're doing.
Yeah. And be careful out there and just protect yourself with whatever you're posting online. That's public information. And we are so grateful for you that are listening, and however you are supporting the podcast, thank you so much. Thank you to our patrons. We really could not do this without you, truly. Thank you for people who buy us coffees /tacos /cheese sometimes on buymeacoffee.com. We love you. Thank you. Thank you for those who have participated in doing an interview with us and sharing your story. It's been really eye-opening over the last 5 years or however long we've done this, how much the stories just help people to not feel alone. And we've gotten a lot recently, especially from people after Kate's story from, she was widowed by suicide. People that maybe necessarily don't want to talk about their story that might have something to do with suicide or addiction or something like that. It really is so helpful when somebody does want to speak out of it. So thank you to those who have told us that it's helped you. And thank you to people like Kate who have told us some of the story and what that's been like for you. And thanks for helping us to build a community where hopefully you feel seen and you know that there's always somebody there that kind of knows what it's going through. So we thank you. If you are not able to financially donate to the podcast, we do appreciate that you share episodes. So feel free to, on your social media, post those. Or if there's a friend where you think they might resonate with an episode, go ahead and send it. Maybe warn them first, though, that Anita doesn't speak Spanish.
She also doesn't know how relationships work. She doesn't know when the boyfriend-girlfriend thing ends or that you can't ask people to dance more than once.
Yes.
So, it's fine.
So anyway, thanks, you guys. We love you so much, and we're looking forward to some more Patreon-only hangs in the future. And if you would like to join that, it's patreon.com/WWDN.
And tacos come from buymeacoffee.com/widow. We do now. So Thanks for joining us today. Hopefully my face gets better the next time I get to talk to you, Mel.
You don't look so bad.
It feels bad, though.
You look normal from
good
through here.
Okay, awesome. Okay, till we get to talk to you again. I'm Anita.
See. I'm Mel.
Somos dos widows. Jóvenes who just trying to figure out widow.
We
do
now.
Mel, can you please tell me how you feel about therapy?
I am so grateful for therapy. I do therapy every single week.
Do you think it's a great tool in the widow's toolbox?
I sure do. I think it's a great tool in anybody's toolbox. And I am so glad that I have stuck with it because as time goes on, there are more things that I am able to learn about myself. That goes for anything from healing from the death of my husband to childhood things to trying to get outside and be social or trying to address my own certain personality. So yeah, it's really been helpful for me.
We have so many people in the Widow Wives Club who have started using BetterHelp and have amazing reviews. It takes away so many of the barriers to getting great therapy.
I know one of the things that's hard for people, and we get this question a lot, it's I need a therapist that does XYZ. Who is a therapist that is going to be widow friendly? And I know that is so hard to find. When I did therapy that was not on this online platform, it was hard. And it's kind of trial and error, kind of like a new medication, honestly, like a new antidepressant. And the way that BetterHelp is set up is it's easy to find somebody that has your specific needs as part of their expertise. And you know what? If into a couple sessions with that person and it's not a good fit, it's so easy to change. You can ask some of our friends in the Widow Wives Club. They've changed therapists and gotten one that has been a better fit for them. Well, a lot of them are lucky with who they get first time. I am so grateful for mine. I love her so much, and it's literally changed my life for the better.
This is amazing. So if you guys are wanting to add therapy to your toolbox or need a change in who you're seeing right now, consider checking out BetterHelp. They're one of our sponsors. If you go to trybetterhelp.com/WWDN,
you get 10% off your first month of therapy if you sign up with BetterHelp. And let me tell you, the day that I was in the hospital with my dad when he was dying, I was able to instant message with my therapist, and she checked on me all throughout the week. And I was not available for video sessions for a lot of those times because there were things we were dealing with, like mortuary stuff, and I was still able to be in contact with her. So they're very, very responsive, caring. It's such a great platform, and I recommend it to anybody who is looking for therapy.
Once again, it's trybetterhelp.com/WWDN.
And that's for 10% off your first month of online therapy.
You don't even have to wear pants, Mel.
I know this.
First-hand experience.
You can even wear a onesie.
Or a twosie.
Ooh, scary. All right, bye!